Good afternoon. Happy month. A good month to you all. It's a Greek thing where you wish a good month to everyone. So happy December. This is December 1st today. And I have a short video here to discuss with you about something that Lindsey Graham said while he was on Fox News. He basically gave you the real reason why we, the United States, are helping out, supporting Iraq in this war with Russia. And so I'm going to play the clip for you. You can listen to what he says. This is from the Jimmy Dore Show. So if you hear Jimmy in the middle of this, that's because of that. But hold on. Let me see here. So here's his reason why we are in the middle of this, interceding, what do you want to call it, involved in this Russian-Ukraine war.
Ukraine is still standing. This war is about money. People don't talk much about it. But the richest country in all of Europe for rare earth minerals is Ukraine. $2 to $7 trillion worth of minerals that are rare earth minerals, very relevant to the 21st century. Ukraine's ready to do a deal with us, not the Russians. So it's in our interest to make sure that Russia doesn't take over the place. It's the breadbasket of really the developing world. 50% of all the food going to Africa comes out of Ukraine. We can make money and have an economic relationship with Ukraine that be very beneficial to us with peace. So Donald Trump's going to do a deal to get our money back, to enrich ourselves with rare earth minerals, a good deal for Ukraine and us, and he's going to bring peace. And Biden's been a disaster when it comes to containing bad guys. So now.
Okay, well, I think he explained it exactly, right to the point. Well, you could say this lunatic Lindsey Graham is actually telling the truth on this particular issue, but the point is, it's rather disgusting, really. I don't know why I'm laughing, because I just can't believe he's actually saying this and just thinks that's just fine to say. We're just there for the money. Doesn't it seem like most wars tend to be about the money, the resources? So, and remember, this is the same man that had no problem with the Ukrainians fighting until the last Ukrainian life. Obviously, you see where his priorities are, and it's all about money. No surprise, but there you go. And the fact that he said, we're going to make lots of money, and it's going to be enriching for us, and has no regard for the fact that, more than 500,000 people soldiers have died in Ukraine over this war. And, hundreds of thousands in Russia, I'm sure, too. All he thinks about is those resources he has to get his hands on, he and his ilk. Which is really why we continuously bother Russia, because Russia has the same thing. Russia has a lot of minerals like this that he just discussed. So, if anybody thought we were there to help the Ukraine, help Ukraine fight against Russia, well, you can see that was just all BS, which I knew, but, some people still believe that we do things around the world to help them free themselves from the dictators they are the dictators that rule their countries, when in reality we topple secular, less dictatorial leaders in countries, and then we put in our own dictator, so that dictator will listen to us, and then he still is dictating. He is still a tyrant to his own people. It's just the way it has been our foreign policy for decades, and it's really terrible. So, you can see what this was all about. And there's another portion in that video where we see that, BlackRock is there. JP Morgan is there. They're trying to work out things. We already know they're trying to rebuild or construct with their own buildings, to sell. They've sold half of the farmland there. The bread basket, as he calls it, is just terrible. He doesn't seem to care about other people's countries, that the Ukrainian people are suffering, and by the way, 60%, I saw a poll, 60% of Ukrainians want this war to end. Well, why wouldn't they? They've lost so many of their fathers, their brothers, their husbands, their sons. So, I just wanted to give you a heads up on that, thanks to Lindsey Graham and his unabashed view that he obviously is a psychopath because he has absolutely no regard about what he's saying. He thinks that's just fine. So I shared that with you so you can can munch on that for a while and think about it, chew on that. And I will be back with another video in a little bit later. And I hope that you're having a great Sunday. And let's hope this war ends in Russia and Ukraine, and that God lessens the upcoming world war, even though we're some way into it. But that, as you know, that the war, when it gets really a hot war more than it is now, a proxy war and a war for money. And I will get back to you soon. Until next time.